Welcome back Team Unibot. In this video we will discuss using Unibot to send swaps using private transactions. Unibot offers lightning-fast private transactions for your swaps. To maximize the speed of our private transactions, we fire your transactions to all possible private MEV relays simultaneously. Using private transactions for swaps protects your transactions from being front-run and sandwiched. The drawback, however, is that there is a chance for your private transaction to be slower than a normal transaction. Most validators these days accept private transactions, but in the chance that a validator does not, a private transaction will have to wait for the next block to be mined. The layout of the private transaction menus are almost identical to the normal swap menus with the exception of defaulting to 100% slippage. Since private transactions are protected from MEV attacks, using 100% slippage is safe. In the case where the price of a token is extremely volatile, I recommend adding some sort of slippage, but in most cases 100% slippage fine. Let's try buying some tokens using a private transaction. When private transactions are sent, they cannot be seen by anyone. That means you will not be able to see the transaction until it is confirmed. We will demonstrate that on Etherscan after we send in our buy transactions. We will also look into the block builder to see which private MEV relay used. Alright, let's buy this token on all wallets using private transactions. Immediately after sending the transaction, we will open Etherscan to demonstrate that the transaction is not available until it is confirmed. As you can see, the transaction is not seen by anyone including Etherscan until it is mined and confirmed. Let's check the block data to see which relay this transaction used. You can find out by looking under either the fee recipient or the extra data. In this case we see that Beaver Builder was the private relay as indicated in the extra data field. Let's do another private buy transaction and check which private MEV relay it uses this time. We can see it uses Flashbots this time, which is the most known private MEV relay. Notice that this transaction was seen immediately, so you can assume it was mined immediately after it was sent. Let's do another, but fast-forwarded this time just to demonstrate that our private transactions are fired to all available private MEV relays for the fastest possible private transactions. That is why with each private transaction, we see that it was accepted by a different MEV relay. This time it used the 0x69 relay as indicated in the fee recipient and extra data field. To conclude this video, we will demonstrate a private transaction sell to sell the tokens we bought. Since we are using a private transaction, we will continue to use 100% slippage. We enter 1, 2, and 3 to sell all my bags. Coincidentally, 0x69 was again the MEV relay that built the block. That concludes our video on private transaction swaps. I hope it was informative and demonstrated how we are able to achieve fast private transactions. Start using private transactions to trade to be protected from being front-run and sandwiched.